Hello, Bethel family and friends, as we gather on this midweek Thursday. I greet you and am thankful to have a few moments to talk about life and faith and how they fit together in this moment. There are multiple ways of marking time. Certainly, our calendars help us do that. Just the chronological calendars that function on our phones or desks or hung on the refrigerator. They move in lines, and we have different ways of marking time. Cultural calendars. We'll put Valentine's Day on the 14th of February, 2 Sundays from now. There are other ways of marking time. There's a lunar calendar, in fact, that follows like the solstice and equinox. Some of you know scientifically about that. And in fact, this past Tuesday, on the cultural calendar, it said Groundhog Day. But if you're looking at the lunar calendar, it was the midpoint between the winter solstice, December 21st, always shortest day of the year, and then the spring equinox, start of spring, which is March 20th this year, and it's the halfway point. So a little fun fact there, cultural calendar, lunar calendar, what that means is, we talk about groundhogs and seeing shadows and how much more time before spring, but literally on the lunar calendar, every day gets an additional 2 to 2.5 minutes of daylight. From Tuesday on, it's 2 to 2.5 minutes of daylight added every day on our way to March the 20th, and ultimately on our way to the summer solstice in June. So anyway, we have a chronological calendar, we have a cultural calendar, we have a lunar calendar, we have all kinds of other calendars, but we also have a church calendar, a Christian calendar, a way we mark time, a way we year after year maintain the rhythms of life and faith. Well, as you know, Lent, the season of Lent, is quickly coming upon us. On Sunday, the 21st, it will be our first Sunday in Lent. But in fact, because it's a 40-day season, not counting Sundays, it will begin for us on Wednesday, February the 17th. That's Ash Wednesday. There'll be a service here that night at 7 o'clock. And we will, like churches all around the globe who keep this kind of Christian time, this Lenten journey, we will, with ashes on our forehead, this year, not with a thumb, but with a Q-tip, we'll receive ashes. And we'll begin to mark the 40 days of Lent. If you are with us on this journey on Sundays, or at least circle back around and join the worship services sometime after Sunday on live stream, then you'll know that we are preparing for that Lenten journey. Last week, we talked about the prayer practice that helps shape the morning, the possibility of abiding, this sense of vine and branches. Jesus is the vine, we are the branches, and we receive nourishment from the vine to the branches. We're not trying to earn our way and get connected. We, by the fact that we have come from the hand and heart of God, we are connected, and the goal is to stay connected. Jesus' love flows into us, and the practice in the morning is a practice of abiding. It's a receiving the unshakable, unchangeable, unconditional love of God. So we talked a little bit about that this past Sunday. This Sunday, I would invite you to be here or tune in as we think about how we live our faith in the middle of the day. How do we live our faith in the middle of the day? What are the prayer practices that we might think about? So we'll be talking about that this week. And then next Sunday, we'll be talking about how we might end our day. How we end our day. These are 3 Sundays that hopefully give us tools that as we go into the season of Lent, the Lenten journey, we have some tools for morning and during the day and end of the day that we might choose from or think about as we take this journey together. So I want to share with you also that in the worship committee meeting this past week, we talked about the readiness that we feel of moving back to our former schedule on Sunday mornings. There will be a 9 o'clock open air service as it exists now. And that is just in place for as far out as we can see, at least until mid-August, till we see and reevaluate again what's going on in the culture. So 9 o'clock open air, all the rest of the winter and spring and summer. We're going to be there, we're going to be outside. Just know that, and we're going to move from good to great on that, to continue to hone our practices of worship and gathering and inviting people and sharing our worship life and our faith journey together. And then we're going to build in an hour in between our 9 o'clock and then our 11:15. That will allow some adult Sunday school classes to claim some time in the in-between hours and then return to worship at 11:15. So there'll be an open air service at 9 and a sanctuary service at 11:15, beginning the first Sunday of Lent, which this year is February the 21st. So as we mark time, cultural time like Valentine's Day, Groundhog's Day, all those things, and we mark lunar time and watch the days get longer and brighter, I invite you also to this church time, this faith time, this Christian calendar time, the ways we mark the days as we journey with Jesus through the 40 days of Lent on our way to Good Friday, Holy Saturday, and a joyful Easter Sunday. I hope you'll be part of the journey in any way that you can, through Bible studies, through Wednesday worship opportunities, and certainly through Sunday. So thankful to be partners on the journey with you. We'll see you on Sunday.